right, take a seat. This young group's doing extremely well, and I wanted them to share some ideas. How did you get involved in network marketing, and what's happened since then, in a couple minutes each. So let's start with Alex down in the end.
All right, well, I'm 24 years old, normal average kid, grew up in Bexley, Ohio, small little town. Always wanted to make a lot of money, always wanted to be, successful. Never really was the kid in the classroom getting straight A's. Always knew there was something, more. And I got introduced to, this industry. And this whole thing hit me in the face. And at first, very skeptical, too good to be true, scheme, scam, one of those things. And then I got educated, and it just made sense, And when things make sense, they tend to make a lot of dollars. So 2013, I'll make about $850,000.
24 years old, folks. 24 years old. All right, Nikolai.
I started for 1.5 years ago, but I was introduced 2 years before that. I had 10 exposures, and I said no because I was a student and I had bigger plans. I was too good for network marketing. I wasn't the guy that running around selling skincare products and screaming hallelujah. So that wasn't nothing for me. But my sponsor was a smart kind of girl, so she lent me her Porsche a whole summer.
Wow.
And
that's duplicatable.
Yeah, of course.
I don't argue with it. Hey, it worked.
And of course. So
first thing you need to do, buy like 10 Porsches. Then lend them out to college kids. Yeah, okay.
And of course I told my friends that it was mine, so I was fucked. Oh.
He's 22. I think it's a language barrier thing.
Now I had no choice. If I wanted a car like that, I had to join network marketing. In the end of the summer, I have to give my sponsor the car back. 3 weeks after that, Eric was in town, and that was the first time I saw the 90-day game plan. That did something to me. I had 17 people in the room, and we went crazy in 90 days. 12 months after that, I accomplished the top rank in my company. So
at the convention 1 year later, over 50% of the room was just from their group. How about Danian?
I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from Germany. I live in Dubai now. And I remember almost every piece of clothes that I would wear was for my cousin. When we did holidays, we were in a caravan somewhere and other people were going in the hotels, and I was thinking, man, why can't they go in the hotel? I want to go in the hotel. Like really. And then the first time I remember very, very clearly, I saw network marketing, I couldn't sleep. For me, it was so beautiful. The first day I remember in Frankfurt, 2003, Relaxa Hotel, I come in this room, I see these people dressed up, I see the cars outside, and I think, oh my God, this is true. And then finally, 3.5 years ago, I found the right company for me, and I started, and I worked really good. And my first month, I made $3,000, and never made less than $3,000 starting the first month. But obviously, my first 7 months, 10 years ago, I made zero money. So it took me 7 years to 7 months, sorry, to recruit the first person. Anyways, so after 9 months, I hit the first time 10,000 euros. After 14 months, I hit the first time 20,000 euros in 1 month. And then I heard about the 90-day game plan, and all I heard was, have you ever given 100%? And I asked my friend, I said, man, have you ever seriously given it 100%? And he was like, no, not really. And I was like, okay, let's try this. And we went insane for an exact 54 days. And I made my biggest check then so far, which was $98,000. And that was just like, it just expanded my vision. And so I think it's an opportunity to give so much back, and that's amazing. Thank you.
Well done. Luke Curry.
Sorry if you can't understand my English. I'm from Kentucky, so we got about 5,000 people in the town that I live in. There's only 100,000 people, so unfortunately everybody's related in Kentucky, so it's been real hard to build the business outside of there. My dad did a company, let's just say it's about 60 years old now. My dad worked really hard, wore a suit when he did the presentations, never made a dime. So for me growing up, someone would say, well, network marketing doesn't work. Well, my dad never broke a world record. That didn't stop me from breaking one. Honestly, I saw average people making a lot of money from Kentucky. So I said, all right, if these guys can do it, this should be easy. So that's what got me excited about the opportunity. The reason I did the business, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. When I didn't see my little girl, I saw her 6 days the first 4 months of her life. So I knew I did not want to work in those pyramid schemes in corporate America anymore. I wanted to find something that would give me time freedom and financial freedom. So August 2010, got my first check for $40. I also got a call the same day and I lost my job. So I was faced with an opportunity and it was either go get another job and, do that, or go full-time in network marketing. And so I decided against the odds to go full-time. Sold our couch and TV that paid our bills for 2 months. I had a 2.0 in college, no experience. I was 23. Who's gonna listen to me, right? But network marketing didn't look at my resume. They said, here's your opportunity, now go take it. This gave me my first step in being an entrepreneur. But I learned early on that if you attach yourself to the right people in the right company, the sky's the limits because of the industry.
Luke will make about $500,000, about $500,000 this year, approximately. Yeah, how old are you?
27.
27 years old. Not bad. How are you doing at 27 for some of you that are a little older? Patty.
My story is very simple. When I got introduced to the industry, I was a full-time student, taking over 15 credits in college. I was a chiropractic assistant running the office. Working so hard already, I lived on my own since I was 18 years old. I had 2 part-times in the weekend. And I was at 22 years old and I couldn't even take care of myself, And I'm like, what's gonna happen when I have to actually have a family? And I was making good money at that time, about, over $15 an hour. And at 22 years old, you're like, yeah, that's as exciting. And so what happened for me, I started looking around at the people that I knew that went to school, got good grades, got the good job, or so we thought. And, most of my friends that I went to, high school with, they graduated with degrees and they weren't working in the area that they studied. And for me, it was when I was looking around that the people that had what I wanted, they weren't working jobs. They weren't working 9 to 5. They weren't doing any of these things. I worked for a doctor and I didn't want his lifestyle either, and they supposedly make the best money. And so I was like, well, something has to be different. I had success stories around me. And so when I got started, I figured, well, if they did it, I can do it too. All I have to do is go out there and work because I saw them work and they had results. Because my parents risked their life, literally, when they came to the United States. And so if I didn't go out there and do something for them and take care of them eventually, then I wasn't gonna, make their risk, actually their sacrifice, worth it. And so I didn't have any other options. And so that's why I did it. That was my why, is to be an example for my little brother and sister that I actually have. So they have somebody close to them. When they look at me, they're like, well, if Patty did it, I can do it too. And so, it's been an amazing, amazing ride since then, to be able to wake up whenever you want to wake up and do what you want to do. But I have the chance to take care of my family whenever they need it. I actually retired one of my aunts. I told her if my grandma ever needs anything, just call me. You'll have the money in the bank the next day. And there's nothing more satisfying than doing that because we know the hard times that people are in. It's interesting to know, if you don't do something different, you'll end up exactly where you started. And so that's what I love about this industry is if you go out there and you work hard, you'll have everything that you wanted.
Well done. And approximately how much are you going to earn in 2013?
550 plus.
About 550,000 plus. Jared Wilkins.
I'm 30, turned 30 in September. And, I came into this industry or this profession in 2004. And my story was not like many of these rock stars here. I failed. Anybody ever failed at anything? And I had a very fortunate chance, to go and live in Nigeria for 6 years. No running water, no electricity, all of the things that we take for granted in the United States of America. And so when I got back to the US, I made a very solid decision, and that decision was I will never be broke again. And they followed up with me and had me come out to a bigger meeting. At that meeting, I met my mentor. He'll be speaking later on the day. He's a 7-figure a month earner. And I've learned now that you learn either through mistakes or through mentors. And so I got started with that company and started building the business, and as chance would have it, I failed. I kept going through that cycle. You have to put in 10,000 hours. But the key thing is that those hours are transferable. So I left one company, failed at another company, failed at another company, and landed in my current company in 2009. And that's when the light bulbs went off for me. We were very serious. I saw the opportunity and I said, for this time, I'm really gonna take a major shot. And I'm gonna put that 100% into it. And things started to explode. We earned 6 figures within our first 9 months of the business. By my second year, we were north of $50,000 a month, and this year we'll close out close to $600,000 in income. So it's been a blessing.
Well done. Give them a message that you think is important for them.
You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in your company, your upline, your mentors, your everything. Guys, so number one, believe. Number two, you have to have vision, man. You have to have vision of where you're gonna be. You have to see yourself in the future. You have to see yourself driving that car, living in that house. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Woo-hoo!
You know, people ask me and those who succeed, what did you do? But I think I work with a lot of young people. They don't ask, is it difficult? They only ask, what to do? So I think that is the key. Ask what to do and go 100%. That's all for 90 days.
Well done. Danian, you're up.
But what's so important also is that you know who you want to be. And most people don't realize that, most people don't know that. And most people of you, if we put you up here who you want to be in 5 years, why is your life amazing in 5 years from now, you wouldn't be even able to tell. And as you're not even able to tell what exactly and specifically happened, you'll never get there.
All right, Luke. You're up, man.
When you're seeing everybody up here, don't be impressed, but understand that you can do it, right? That's the one thing you should take away. Guys, we're in our 20s, okay? We did it because we didn't think we couldn't. We're too dumb to know that it can't work, right? I saw Mike Sims' Maserati. I said, if he can have one, I can have it too. Some people see that and they say, go Mike, go Mike. Go for you, right? In any profession, no amateurs make money, all right? So go pro, get your hopes up.
Awesome.
My mom passed away when I was 7 years old. She went one day to run an errand and never came back. And she was actually in a motorcycle accident. And ever since then, I decided that whatever I'm going to do it now because tomorrow is never promised. And the problem that most young people have is that they think, well, next year, tomorrow, 2 years from now, I'm only 20, I'm only 19, I'm only 26, I'm only 30, I'm only 40. You're still young at 40, right? And so what happens is that we just procrastinate and procrastinate because we think we have all this time. But at the end of the day, you actually don't have the time because tomorrow, something can actually happen. It's about the legacy that you're actually going to leave behind. To know that if something happens to me, my family's taken care of, my little brother and sister, they're taken care of, they can go to school if they want to. And so go out there and actually do it because you have the time, because you have the choice, and because you have the options.
All right, Jared.
This is the biggest sale you will ever make in network marketing. It is selling yourself that you are good enough. There's no shortcuts to this. You've got to pay the price. Everybody's expecting greatness. Greatness never goes on sale. Louis Vuitton didn't have a sale. Gucci didn't have a sale. Versace didn't have a sale. Why? Because it cost what it cost. What is the key is selling yourself on the fact that you are good enough. We love you guys.